Have you ever walked into a room and been hit with this overwhelming feeling that you've been there before, done that exact same thing, even though you know you haven't? That's déjà vu, the already seen feeling, and it's one of the strangest and most common experiences we have. For centuries, people have tried to explain it through past lives, dreams, or even glitches in the Matrix. But today, we're diving deep into the fascinating science behind what is really happening in your brain during those bizarre moments. So stick around, because the truth is even more surprising than you think. First, let's get one thing straight. Déjà vu is incredibly common. Around 2/3 of all people report experiencing it at least once in their lives, and is most frequent in people between the ages of 15 and 25. It is also more likely to happen when you're tired or stressed. This isn't some rare paranormal event. It's a normal, albeit weird part of human cognition. So if you felt it, congratulations, you're part of a very large club. For a long time, studying déjà vu was tough. How do you capture a fleeting, unpredictable feeling in a lab? Scientists couldn't just wait for it to happen. But recently, researchers have developed clever ways to induce a similar feeling. One method involves using virtual reality. Imagine walking through a virtual museum. You go through one room, then another. Later, you're shown a new room that is very similar in layout to one you've already seen, but with different decorations. Many people report a sense of déjà vu in that new but familiar feeling room. This has allowed scientists to look inside the brain while it's happening. So what did they find? Using fMRI scans, researchers observed that during a déjà vu experience, it's not the memory parts of the brain like the hippocampus that light up. Instead, it's the frontal regions of the brain that are active. These are the areas responsible for decision-making and conflict resolution. This discovery led to a leading theory. Déjà vu isn't a memory error. It's a fact-checking process. Your brain is essentially saying, wait a second, this feels familiar, but my memory records show I've never been here. Something is off. The strange, unsettling feeling of déjà vu is the sensation of your brain's conflict detection system kicking into high gear. It's a sign that your memory system is actually working well. It's double-checking the facts and correctly identifying a false sense of familiarity. Let's break that down with another theory called the dual process theory. Think of it like this. Your brain has two parallel pathways for processing information and forming memories. One is fast and deals with familiarity, while the other is slower and handles detailed recollection. Usually these two systems work in perfect sync. You see a familiar face, and your brain quickly brings up the name and context. But sometimes, there's a tiny delay. The familiarity circuit fires a split second before the recollection circuit. For that brief moment, you get a strong feeling of, I know this, without any of the supporting details. That momentary mismatch, that split-second lag, is what we perceive as déjà vu. It's like your brain's internal file system momentarily glitches, pulling up the familiar tag before it can pull up the actual file. Another interesting piece of the puzzle comes from studying people with temporal lobe epilepsy. These individuals often experience a strong sense of déjà vu right before a seizure. This suggests that the temporal lobe, which is deeply involved in memory formation and retrieval, plays a crucial role. The theory is that a small, spontaneous misfire in this region of the brain can trigger that false sense of familiarity in anyone, not just those with epilepsy. It's like a tiny electrical hiccup in the brain's memory hub, creating a signal that feels like a memory but isn't. So, let's connect these ideas. Imagine you're on vacation, visiting a new city. You walk into a cafe you've never been to before. But suddenly you're hit with a wave of déjà vu. What might be happening? Perhaps the layout of the chairs, the smell of the coffee, and the pattern on the wallpaper are all individually elements you've encountered before, but in different places. Your brain quickly processes all these familiar elements, creating a gist of familiarity. The brain's recognition system fires strongly, saying familiar. But when your higher-level conscious brain tries to find a specific memory of being in asterisk that specific cafe scene, it comes up empty. The frontal lobe kicks in, notes the conflict between the feeling of familiarity and the lack of an actual memory, and boom, you experience that classic eerie sensation of déjà vu. So, is it a glitch in the matrix? Probably not. Is it a memory of a past life? Science would say no. Instead, déjà vu is a window into the incredible complexity of our own minds. It's a sign that your brain is actively working, processing information, and fact-checking itself in real time. It's not a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that a very sophisticated system is doing its job, even if it feels a little strange in the process. The next time you experience déjà vu, don't be spooked. Instead, take a moment to appreciate the fascinating cognitive gymnastics happening inside your own head. You're experiencing your brain's very own quality control system at work. It's a brief, harmless reminder of the intricate and sometimes mysterious ways our brains construct our reality. The feeling is strange, but the science behind it is just plain cool. Thanks so much for watching and exploring this mental mystery with me. If you enjoyed this dive into the science of the brain, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content just like this. We love having you as part of our community. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a really strong déjà vu experience. I'd love to read your stories. Until next time, stay curious.